Okay, so I know I haven't been posting for like a week or two due to I've been working a lot with these 60 hours of work, but to me it feels weird not to post like every week like I plan to. So today's post is, well, a webtoon redesign, I guess. Okay, so back in December I actually created a Celestial OC just for fun, and it just eventually sparked into this whole like a story idea, like, yo, like what if I just use this celestial OC and to try and make a story. I did, but then I was like, wait a minute, let me do something different. So I added to where a human was in this issue with the celestial OC that they're forever stuck and we have to find a way to get unstuck, kind of like that one of those like signature bonds. But then throughout the trials that I put a store for my characters, they will also meet like the other things going on in this world, like the zodiacs, as well as how the realm is operated and how Earth is tied. I really, really, really want to make this a really good storyline and not really focusing on just, oh, my art is so pretty, but the storyline is trash. We're not doing that because that's not a good story. That's just lame. 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 Absolutely lame. But anyways, so I definitely am super excited to get this started because I actually wanted to talk about this for quite some time. Alright, without further ado, let's get this video started. But for those who are just now joining in, welcome to my channel. My name is Nova. I do arts and I just make some fun stuff. That's all I really am here to do. It's fun. To those who are returning, welcome back to another video. I definitely will do a part 3 of the MLP redesign. This probably will be my final thing before I move on to another redesign, or just start talking about any art advices I want me to any art advices you want me to give to you. But well, let that leave that in the comments. So before we start the video, go ahead and like and subscribe, and let's get started. Alrighty, so our first runner-up is Embrya. Embrya is my human OC that I created for my Ether Within. So the whole purpose of Embrya is basically just the human version of this concept of being a rebel. I got the hairstyle to have curly hair, and that's her original like, was it like original design that I had for her. I only drew her like once. Once, but Zathura was the one that I drew like so many times that I could not figure out until this episode that I'm posting. But I didn't really change anything for Embrya except maybe her body features and her facial expressions. I kept the original look of her, and I more like exaggerated certain places, especially I wanted to be her more a little curvy just to like make it look like she has this whole tomboyish attitude. It's really hard to explain, but as I am sketching out this whole layout, I was thinking like, alright, I need her to be as angsty as possible with the cute curly hair that I can work with, and as well as the whole angsty outfit. Alrighty, so as I'm designing Embrya right now, during this part I was like, I think I was struggling to get her the outfit correct in the layers of the outfit. But anyways, I don't know why I breathed that heavy. I was lacking the oxygen for a split second. That was so dumb. That was so dumb. Anyways, so Ether Within, or my Ether Within is basically about where this girl Zathura, who is from this realm similar to Earth but slightly a little different, is sent down to Earth to find a connection to the Star Children, which I'll explain that later in Zathura's redesign that I do for her. And she ends up meeting Embrya, who is this human that has a connection with me. I'll explain it again what Star Children is about. So with them two having a connection that they can physically see each other, it becomes a whole bigger problem to where there is something deeper going on. And during this is also the time period of Embrya's struggle. So Embrya struggles with the reality of life. She doesn't think there's a purpose, but her father is always saying like, oh, you're special, you're not from this world, you're different, you're blah 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 blah, you have a place in this planet. Obviously, as she gets older, she definitely doesn't agree with the whole "you're special." She thinks that everybody else says that to the kids just to make them feel better. And she definitely is one of those types that just doesn't really see the positivity in this whole entire situation. To her, all she wants to do is get out, but not seeing a bigger picture of what could be far beyond her expectations. But that's just how I viewed Imbraya. I do see her having a sarcastic nature, and I do plan to give her outfit changes on each realm. So there is different realms in this whole entire realm that I haven't quite figured out a name for. So if I keep saying realm, it's because I haven't figured out a perfect name to establish Zathura's home. But there is the central city or empire, and then there's the earth realms, water, air, and fire. So each one of those, they will definitely have an outfit change for her that will put her out of her comfort zone, but at the same time it's in there, but it's like it's expanding her comfort zone to where she's basically like searching for something beyond what she felt was all like new to her, is been a part of her that she just suppresses. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, so with Imbraya, I did keep her whole angsty, don't look at me kind of vibe with her outfit. So this is like Imbraya. I didn't do her other two features because it just doesn't really seem that important to me to do a front view and side view. But this is Imbraya, and honestly, I like how I made her. She's perfect to me. But like, what do you guys think? Alrighty, so we are on Zathura right now because it is time. She is the most stressful character I ever made. Her original design was a little awkward. It was really awkward. It was the celestial OC trend that I thought it was just cute. But then I'm like, oh my god, let me modify and change her up. And then it was like, what is that? Like, why did I make her eyes like that? What is this? But Imbraya looked better than it was weird. And then I redesigned her again, and it showed off this way better, more softer look. But I wanted her to look a little older, so this one it actually kind of made her look a little older than what I did. It's hard to draw people that are aging a little older. I believe if I calculate to human years with the whole Imbraya and Zathura, I'm assuming that Imbraya is younger than Zathura, because Zathura is like, I honestly don't know how old she is. I don't want to keep age in there, like saying like, oh, I'm like 3,000 years old. No, sweetie. In her world, age is not an actual thing to really worry about. They go by wisdom and like how wise you are. The whole wisdom wise. The older you are, the wiser you get kind of concept. But she's definitely, I guess that you could say, too young to rule the empire right now. But yeah, it's just what I have for her character development. But let me discuss furthermore about her home. So her home is a resemblance of the higher powers creation. It is everything that was given and received, which means there's a lot of secrets that Zathura has no idea. She is supposed to learn about this, but eventually she doesn't learn it because she's just hesitant, because she's busy trying to be the perfect image like her mom and finding where her dad went, since her dad was the former divine that ruled the whole entire area, but never came back. So she is stuck in this responsibility of trying to find her father while she's trying to please somebody else, which shows the conflict where Imbraya does not appreciate that. Because to Imbraya, she thinks that's just being like petty and rude and just not worth a time and just pathetic. While Imbraya is thinking this, and Zathura is like, well, I'm picking battles. But Zathura is in denial. So she does go to become a Star Children, which is basically celestial kids sent down to Earth to help improve. But it ended up going wrong. So that's how she meets Imbraya, but all that'll be further in the webtoons. But let me talk about her design. So her design, I did want to go for a longer dress to give it that trail and stuff. But a part of me was like, no, Imbraya definitely has to be probably something different. because I wanted her dress to be where she can move and it can transform easily to different realms, just like in Braya. So throughout the line art, I have managed to change the bottom to like this dress skirt, and it goes to like a semi like a bodysuit to like thigh highs to make it easier for her to maneuver and actually fight. Like she can fight if she wanted to. I gave her a bow and I kept her original jewelries, and I had stars to represent to her royalty. And her hair does flow, and her hair in the back is actually a galaxy that a lot of the characters will have in the show. Even the Zodiacs will have it, but I don't think some of them will have, some won't. It's just like how you're born, I would say. Her color scheme is a little lighter, but more like a neutral in like the whole cool black gray tones and as well as purple tones. And I use the gold to accent her, which really suits her well. So this is like the whole Embrya is definitely her polar opposite in a way. But I don't know. You'll see more of Embrya and Zathura throughout the webtoons of what happens and how the secrets will unfold. I haven't quite figured out the trials of what they'll go through, but it has to be about themselves as one person. Something about them that's holding them back, which I will figure that out soon before the show even comes out. Well, it's not really a show, it's more like a webtoon, but it still counts as a show, right? Okay, so this is the last minute like clip that I added in here when I was finished editing it. So I forgot to mention that in this world they do have this thing called essence, where it's like this magical source where they can use it for any sorts of things that it's good for their talents, and that will actually contribute to society for them. So the cat was created by the Thura, who that was her very first time using her essence, and she created this cat since it has a big star at the top of the forehead to represent that it's the Thoras. Obviously, this cat doesn't talk because she didn't have the ability to give it access to talk, and well, unfortunately, it's unable to do it at all because due to its first creation, it can't speak no matter if she tries to retry to make the cat. But it does show their facial expressions, and eventually they grow a bond to where no communication is needed, just the idea of like, oh, you're talking to me? Okay, well, I'm gonna talk to you real quick. So with this cat, at first I named it Constance, but I will change it to something a little bit different because I don't really like how it's ringing to it. So how Constance works is that Constance can actually change into any constellation that Zathura commands, but except for Zodiac, it's not allowed to do that because it's already existing. But the thing is, it does, for some reason, Constance doesn't want to do it by command. He or she, I haven't really figured that out yet, will only give you what you need, but you have to figure out how to use it. Kind of like, like a Miraculous Ladybug, where she does the whole ladybug concept. Yeah, that's him. Alrighty, so that's the end of the video. Honestly, this feels like this video is a lot shorter, but it's actually a lot longer when I looked at the time of how long this video is. I know mainly it's about me blabbering and it's not like my usual editing like I usually do. That's because it's my Webtoon series and I haven't really created more things about other topics in this one. I would love to talk about more, but unfortunately I can't because I don't want to spoil anything. Most of it is in the comics and I haven't made sure it has an explanation. I do plan to post this in the fall because I have a tattooing school that I'm attending to, and my work schedule should be completely different due to the fact that it's my last year working at my other job, this job that I'm working at. It's technically not like that, but yeah. I will post the last and final My Little Pony redesign. And I promise you, I'm gonna make it epic as possible. It's probably gonna be a long video. And honestly, I am glad that you watched this. I hope to see you guys again in the next video. Also, another thing, I will be posting speed paints of the Zodiacs in their own realm and their designs, because I am gonna add that to my Webtoon series as a way of showing a painting of them, and I will also do like edits of as well as more of what's her name, Embria and Zathora, because why not? We gotta get these OCs hyped up. I'm also working on the animation part for the trailer of this whole entire webtoon. I have no idea how to animate, but I'm gonna figure it out. There is nothing in this world that will stop me from learning how to animate. But without further ado, I hope you have a good day, my beautiful star children. So bye.
教えてよその仕組み